Ready, down, put.
Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Memory Hunt, the czar of the playbook, and welcome to another edition of On the Line of Scrimmage, where we let you, the fans, decide who wins the debate. And today's topic will be, is Johnny Manziel an NFL quarterback? And I'm joined here by our coaching analyst, the coach himself, Lehman Anderson. What's up, man?
What's going on, E? I'm ready.
You ready for this? And you know what? And you know how we do. We go. I'll let you go first. I'll kick off first. I'll play defense, and then I'll go and give it back to you. You make your point, and then we let the fans vote at the bottom of the video, at the end of the video, who won this debate. So I'll let you go first. Why do you think Johnny Manziel is not an NFL quarterback?
Good question. Disclaimer right quick. I do like him. I like the kid. I think he got a lot of potential. As right now, not an NFL quarterback. He's a one read, tuck and run kind of guy. Kind of like the guy we played with at UL, Sip. You know, if it ain't open, I'm finna run. And that's pretty much all he do. If you look at the games, he was always throwing the little curl route. If the curl not there, I'm about to go. Never threw it really down the field. He wasn't a down the field type passer. And as far as his mobility, I mean, he speaks for himself. The eye in the sky don't lie. He can move around in the pocket. But as far as being an NFL quarterback, you got to be able to do more in the pocket than outside the pocket. That's been proven time and time again. So right now, I don't think he's an NFL caliber quarterback.
Well, you talk about a guy that not only threw for over 3,000 yards and 30 touchdowns, but also ran for 1,400 yards and double-digit touchdowns. So he can put the ball in the end zone. We know that. And the last time I checked, Texas A&M was in the SEC. And a lot of people say the SEC is the best football conference where you can get a lot of NFL players. So if he's doing it against top competition, why wouldn't he do it against the same guys that he's played against in college at the next level?
Well, yeah, remember also, he played in the SEC. That's probably the most NFL-rated conference, in college. It is, hands down. But name a quarterback in the NFL like Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow was that West Coast style spread, maybe a little bit, kind of sort of what Johnny Manziel is going through right now, but he did have all of those stats you just named. I'm not a real big stat person, and his stat was real. It was like real escalated. He might have threw for 3,000 yards, but how many of those was yards after the catch? Swoops. He had two big receivers. He threw down the field, kind of like what Tebow did against Ike, in the Super Bowl. Playoff game. He threw down the field a couple of times. He overthrown a lot of. He's not real accurate, but he does. He get the ball in the end zone. But as far as being an NFL-rated quarterback, I'm not really buying it because he don't make those NFL throws. He can't throw that 20-yard out route or 15-yard out route. He throws a lot of nickel. He's a nickel and diamond. That don't get it done on the next level.
First of all, you brought up Tim Tebow. You talk about Tim Tebow that went 8-6 as a starter in the National Football League and won a playoff game. And
same time.
You mean to tell me Johnny Manziel right now is not better than Christian Ponder, Jake Locker, Matt Castle, Ryan Fitzpatrick? You mean to tell me he can't go on the Dolphins right now with Ryan Tannehill and do a better job than Ryan Tannehill? That's why I think he could play in the National Football League. Football is a you are what you are type of business, and if you're doing it at this level, if you're given the opportunity, you should be able to do it at the next level.
You're right about that part, but I make that crazy face, bro. I just don't buy him, man. I don't buy him. I buy he can move around, and I buy he can throw that West Coast style offense. I just don't buy he'll be able to do it. He can't read, number one. And I'm going to give him this. He can develop until that NFL quarterback because he's only a freshman. I'll be a sophomore, redshirt sophomore this year. So he can develop, but he's going to have to learn how to read defense, number one. Now, everybody you name, they still can progress from your first to second to third choice. Right now, I haven't seen him a bunch of times. And even in that second game, the second half in the Alabama game, it was a horrible half for him. The last 2 minutes was pretty decent for him, but as far as, progressing, he regressed in that game. If you go from first to fourth quarter, he regressed a lot in that game because they got hip on. He really wasn't reading.
I'll bring up
one. Also,
go ahead.
Go ahead. I got one more thing too. Look at the LSU tape. He didn't have to read too much, but anybody that pressed man with Tannehill, That man, you got a tight window when you press him. You got a real tight window. He couldn't make that fit, which is why he struggled against LSU.
And that was also his first game of the season, so you got to put that into account. But we just saw in the Super Bowl a dude that I compared Johnny Manziel to get to the highest level and compete in Colin Kaepernick. Same type of guy, same type of arm. Colin Kaepernick's arm is a little bit stronger. Same style, read option type, a lot of speed, can't make all the throws. I think Johnny Manziel can get it done. I would like to see him stay in college a little bit longer, but I do think if he had to come out, he's already better than Locker, Ponder, Fitzpatrick, all the other quarterbacks, Kevin Cobb, all those quarterbacks I named. So we're going to stop it right here. We're going to let the fans at the bottom of this video vote who they think won this debate. This is a good argument back and forth. You made some good points right there. Now I also want to slide in, he made an Oklahoma team look silly in the bowl game. Why? And Mark Stoops is a defensive-minded coach. So I'm going to just leave it at that. We're going to let you guys go at the bottom of the video. Vote who won this debate. And if you have any topic you want to debate me on, hit me up on Twitter at FBallGamePlan. Hit Coach Lehman Anderson up at Anderson Pitts. And you can hit us up with the hashtag DebateMe. Don't forget the vote at the bottom of the video who won this debate.